Now, we got a little bit of a delayed start tonight. It was literally because of bees. I'm not trying to meme here. I'm not trying to make an in-joke for the stream. There was a bee, and we were having some difficulty addressing the situation. Immediately prior to the start of the stream. So, I sat down and I heard a buzzing, and then it like hits me in the back of the head, and I'm like, these damn flies. Like, we were doing stuff, getting stuff out of the house earlier today, so the door was open as we were carrying stuff, and I'm like, these damn flies, one of them must have snuck in, and then I turn, and then I see it like land on the desk out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, that doesn't, whoa, that's an actual bee. All right, gotta get this thing out of here. Bees! Aside from the bee adventure, I'm telling you, when that happened in my head, like the thought started percolating in the back of my head of, yeah, this is fitting. This is fitting. But anyway, this came up in my Discord. So just as you start a game, it's like maintenance mode. Well, not tonight. Not tonight. So it's April 25th, a few days from now, which I appreciate that they are putting this up in client. A lot of maintenance for other games I play is communicated, but is communicated outside of client a lot of the time. And it's difficult to prepare for those sort of things. I mean, realistically, it's nice to just give people a heads up. So this is pretty cool. Just as an administrative thing. I know that's kind of boring, but it is, shout out to the team. So they're expecting a 1 hour downtime. The game's going to be down temporarily, so you have to finish it. This is preparation for an upcoming update. So the question is, what does that entail? And as far as I know, there's no details for this. What does Wranglers mean? If you're trying to wrangle something, it's like trying to collect them all into a singular place. So here they're talking phobie wranglers, like we're collecting all of the phobies. It's just a cute way to describe the player base. It's not something particularly meaningful in this scenario, or at least I don't believe so. It could be that the Phobies team is having a good laugh and teasing us with something. But this part where it says details preparation for upcoming update is a tease. And this is very interesting to me because recently we had a number of polls in the official Phobies Discord. There's been a lot of discussion since I've joined the game on a variety of different fronts as to what does the game need. And honestly, I was planning on trying to do a video about what do I think the game needs now that I am, how many games in? I'm a lot of games in, creeping up on 200 games in. I had done my initial What is a Phobies video way back, I want to say about 50 games. So, we've had a few more since then. Does it need what all the games need, more players? Well, that is true, Doc. Every game could use more players. But there are certain feature sets, because Phobies is a very feature-rich game, which I absolutely appreciate. There are some other features, UI improvements, things along those lines that could absolutely be thrown out there. And of course, the old standbys of, hey, everybody kind of has had the same complaint. In fact, I don't think anybody has really gone to bat for the current in-game economy, whether it ranges from the jacks here to the XP, to the card levels, to coffee, to whatever. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody's always going to say, give me more stuff, so I have to spend less time or less money to get to whatever level I want to be at. But for a lot of people, the collection aspect, the acquisition, the journey, and this is true from card games, and I would expect it's the same here, the actual collecting of the cards is a big portion of the game. So a lot of people, whether they'll admit it or not, will give up the game if they own everything. Like, they'll play for a little bit, but they certainly won't log in as much. And for a free-to-play game, keeping high population numbers is important. But it's a tenuous balance of trying to make sure that you have enough of a carrot to keep people interested, but not push them away by discouraging them because it's like, I'll never get there. It's a tough balance to strike. But, and we'll talk about this throughout the night, and I'm curious what chat's thoughts are as to what this may bring. I anticipate there's going to be more maps, maybe not necessarily as a result of this. I am kind of expecting, but I have no information on, obviously, a UI-related change, like if you have to stage an update like this, I'm expecting something somewhat significant. There are a lot of things that I would like to see. Other modes, such as Arena for Frenemies, kind of a big deal, and would probably require this sort of update. Tournament mode, also something that would probably require this sort of update. I expect something, maybe not literally those things, but something like that. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll come back to that after this game. We're on... What is the name of this map? Is this Xylo? No, Xylo is one of the new ones. This has been in the pool. It's not part of the new rotation, of which there was a new map rotation. Yeah, Doc already has a full collection. So one of the comments that came up on one of my more recent YouTube videos is something that I've actually been trying to work on in general, and that is I want to get some more, we'll call them beginner's guides out there. Do more stuff about what are reasonable openers, why are the openers reasonable, like why would you want to do this on different maps. And I am, so they're up, they banked to 4. We'd have to only do a 1. No, we could do, what am I saying? We could do a 3. We're gonna do this. I don't know that we really want Jar this early, but I think this is fine for now. But I want to do more stuff talking about early openers and things like that. Just real generic concepts. Just so that we can have something that exists and be like, here's your beginner's guide to Phobies. That sort of thing. You never played this map? I'd love to have a guide to see how you spend your coffee. That's something I am 100% free to play. But one thing that is notable, and we can look at this afterwards, is that the first time you buy each of the coffee packs, and I didn't realize this until after I bought one. I bought the lowest tier one. But if you look at the middle and top tier one, and I'll show you after this game, somebody remind me because I'll forget, you are guaranteed Phobies of a certain rarity. Now, I don't know if that means you can get, so say, like Jar's an ultra rare. In the highest rarity, or the highest cost pack, you are guaranteed an ultra rare. Could I get Jar? I believe so. I don't think it forces you to get a brand new Phobie, but I don't know for sure. And I wouldn't be able to corroborate that unless I specifically got Jar. Alright, so they can threaten Jar if we move up to here. If we go here, we're dead. So I think we kind of, like, we can stay here. You could leap, but nothing else can get at us while Jar's here. So Jar's in an okay position, I think. We're at 6 keys. I kind of want to get a 6 cost online, and Erratic this early doesn't make me feel awful. And I think we want to get Erratic here. The reason being is that it helps push Murderfly away. Now, I think we're going to run into some challenges with this Stabby down here. You can go here. Well, if you go here and then leap, you end up here. I think we're still going to go here. So we're tied on panic points for now. I'm not stressing too much on this. It says you're guaranteed a new Phobie the first time. Like, an actual new Phobie, or you're just guaranteed the rarity, DT? Obviously, I'm not looking at it, but I'll take your word on it. But that is something to keep in mind. I know some people have done videos analyzing, like, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, so this may not be actually what they said. I didn't watch the video. I was reading the comments in Discord about them. But it sounded as though, hey, buy one of each pack to get the guarantee, and then go with a specific one after that. And I think that would absolutely be valuable, that sort of video detailing, hey, take that sort of path with these things. So they're at 10 keys. I kind of want to get another 1 cost or something online, so that way we can try and take some of this stuff. Because we don't want to, I mean, does this damage from this life total matter that much? Probably not. You know, we're not taking that much damage, but this way we're not going to end up suddenly finding ourselves in a hole. This guy, because he resurrects, I'm trying to force it more just to see. I feel as though they don't have enough of a phobie quantity advantage over us that this is useless. It's not great, but we'll see how it goes. But do you save your coffee with these packs, or do you spend them on daily refresh? Well, right now, I don't know that you can grind enough coffee from playing, that is, in order to actually be able to spend it on cooldown. I actually saw this just before the stream. I think somebody said, and it wasn't in Discord, I think it was on Facebook, in the Facebook group, that the daily coffee cap was like 103, which was a really weird number. I don't understand why it would be 103, but we'll assume somewhere around 100. That's still going to take you 3 days of maxing it out at, you know, whatever it is, in order to even get the lowest level pack. As far as I know, the coffee can only get you packs and, I guess avatars, but... Alright, so this has... Does this push or does this pull? This pushes, right? Damage and pushes a unit backwards as well as all adjacent enemy units. Okay. So they will be able to kill this thing pretty much with impunity. If we move this here, they can hit it with... So that's 5,000, 1,800... They can probably kill Erratic if we move it up. If we put Erratic in this spot, that is. This is awkward. They have several little things. Part of me says this guy over the flyer, although I kind of want the flyer. So they could kill this thing and basically trade keys, because, you know, they'll send in Cassowary or something to kill it, and then we end up losing it as a result. Or they end up trading as a result, which I guess is fine. One cute play we could do is we do have Jackalope King kind of locked and loaded here. So we could Jackalope King and then push extra damage with this thing. That's kind of obnoxious, but not a big deal. This actually opens you up to an enormous amount of damage. Yeah, I was going to say, like, this here means we can hit it twice with this, once with the jar, once with Erratic, with this, and also, well, actually, we couldn't leap with the Cassowary, but... Like, we probably burn this down. Almost definitely with Jackalope King, but I'm not sure. Like, maybe we would just miss it, but, you know, it doesn't accomplish much for them to push there. Doesn't really get them anything. So, like, that doesn't do anything other than lower this thing's general health pool. Because obviously it's going to resurrect. Sorry, I got a ping in Discord, so if the sound cut out there, that's why. Alright, so they have a Stairmaster online, which is kind of obnoxious. If we move here, they can get it with Stairmaster, this, and that's it. Like, we can safely advance this, and I'm not concerned. So the question is, do we Jackalope King? And I kind of don't want to waste the keys. I don't really see a purpose. I think we just whack this guy and say, alright, you can get the kill, but if you come in here, we're going to light it up with whatever it is with Jar and Erratic. If we alternatively... Like, what do we get online here? They're banking 5 keys. We could go for a 6, but our 6 is Rambolina. I think we just go for a 5 or a 4. So it's Ginsting or Cyclops, I think. We don't really have a great way to get in on them. Part of me wants to go with Unbearable. A Lob would be useful here, even though it's going to take a couple turns to set up. This could go in, this could go in, this could go in. We're actually going to pull this back one. I think. We're not under an enormous amount of pressure to advance. We kind of just want our opponent to get impatient. And that's the biggest thing with Phobies, and I've lost a ton of games by just being impatient, where I'm rushing something. And you don't have to. Like in this case, maybe they'll get excited and try and kill this thing. Okay, I was actually expecting the cat to go here and just say, okay, I sack a key. Because it doesn't matter. You know, like, this cat is irrelevant. It's like, oh, I killed their cat. Woohoo. Who cares? So they can move the castle area? Really? That cannot possibly be correct. I mean, maybe it is? Because they got the pushback? Hey, Eric, what's good? How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, see, like, I can just walk back up with Erratic, and it's like, okay, you got my 2-key, dude. You got me. Hey, Crazy, what's good? How you doing? I'm doing alright so far. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough week, but we're playing some Phobies, so we're gonna have some fun tonight. Gonna have some fun tonight. It's pretty much always fun playing Phobies. Like, look, there's definitely some frustrating games sometimes, but for the most part, we're always enjoying it. Alright, so they're gearing up to be able to take down Erratic on this counter move. So we go here. Like, how much damage are we putting on this? Probably not enough. I think backing off the Flesh Crawler was a mistake. See, like, I don't know if they wanted to sack that there. Like, they can't kill me. That feels like it was just a mistake. Like, I think they just made an error there, kind of thing. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong, but that feels like that was just an error. They're banking keys, we're banking keys. Probably. Maybe we do this. 1, 2, 3. So they can hit that. We can go here. It just feels like a good enough 7. They aren't threatening enough bodies over here that even if they burn this thing down, that they're actually going to do anything. It might have been worth just... no, we're not going to leap and sack our cassowary for that. If they want to move up Stabby to kill our cassowary, that's kind of sus, but sure. I don't want to move the Unbearable into range of their Stabby. That seems pointless. Pterodactyl is so cool. Yeah, it's one of my favorite Phobies. I just got it the other day. It was just in the video I put up on Thursday, I think. But yeah, Pterodactyl is super cool. They should have just stepped on the bones and fall back. Yeah, if they just stepped up, killed it, and then got out, I think people might be under the impression you have to, like, end the turn on it, similar to Panic Points and other stuff. Which is odd, because the bones are a departure from that pattern. Like, everything else you have to end the turn on it, but the bones you just have to step on and you can keep going. Which, don't get me wrong, I think it would probably be too good if you had to end the turn on it, but still. Resurrect is one of my favorite mechanics. It's super fun. It is painfully frustrating when you're playing against it, but it is super fun. Like... I don't think there's any way to... Like, you could kill it, but, like... I don't feel like we just get Jar in position. This guy's gonna run in and tentacle everybody to death. We're gonna bank the other keys, because I'm not sure what we want. There's an argument, actually. Maybe we get a sheep online down here. And just put it, like, here. Because they're going to have to back off, right? I would have loved to have capped this top point over here. But we just don't have the moves right now. We're going to risk it and go sheep. This might be too aggressive. But we kind of have this slow-moving steamroller as opposed to, you know, the sprinting steamroller. This might have been too aggressive, but I figured we had enough health to tank this. You really been entertained by your vids? I absolutely will keep them coming, but I appreciate that, Eric. And anybody out there who's watching this either after the fact on YouTube, because this will end up on there, or if you're watching live on stream, definitely check out the other end, either Twitch or YouTube. But if you have any comments or suggestions for content you'd like to see, because somebody, I mentioned it earlier, but somebody commented that they want to see more beginner-focused stuff. Like, I mean, chat was talking about what do you do with your in-game currency, like coffee and XP and stuff. What's the most appropriate way to spend it, which I'd have to put more time and energy into, so full disclosure there. But that's a good idea. I know other content creators have done that, but somebody else was talking about, like, beginner content, you know, what are the basics of phobies? What are the good openers? I was going to do one on, like, just key trading. Thinking of how you think about the board of, I'm trading my 2 key for their 3 or 4 keys, so you are plus X keys, or you're minus X keys now for a greater payoff later, that sort of thing. Wow, there are 2 keyholes. Yeah, some of the big map, I don't want to say all the big maps, but many of the big maps have these 4 starting locations, 2 for each player, and it can get pretty wild. Like, really wild. So if we send in the sheep, it's going to die over here. We have max phobies. I was going to get a Rambolina, and we might have been able... No, we would have been short on taking that point, but we could have tried. It's unlikely that they get this. I don't think they can. We could run over here. That's not going to do much. 4, 5. That's 9. 14. 19. Like, they might be able to deal 2,000. They can probably kill Erratic here. I think they could kill Erratic if they advance. Like, they move the eyeball here, they move Erratic here, move the Murderfly in, and move this up. I don't know if the sheep here is where we want it, but I feel like it should not be camping out down here. I think we're okay if we run in and hit Erratic with the sheep. We could probably lay into it with a bunch of stuff here. So they might actually be able to kill this if they were looking for it. They can jump with this, or move in, hit it, move the cat here, move Jar up, and then take it with the cassowary. Maybe a huge pack opening vid? I've thought about that. Ah, we got some hydrate. Alright. I actually just added that thing, because I didn't realize that there were native Twitch channel point things that I could do. I mean, I knew there were, but not particularly those. Game. There we go. See, this is going to get a hit. We can't quite kill the damn Erratic, which sucks. We're going to try and sneak the cassowary around to cap a point. Like, they might be able to kill this, which would be real bad for us. I'm being a little over-aggressive. Bouncing Phobies, good morning to you. Welcome. Tried to start the day off right? I hope it's starting off right. That Bees Redeem looks awfully scrumptious. I'm confident you'll see it a whole bunch tonight, Stripes. We already had it going this morning, earlier, because, yeah, we're definitely losing this. Because, and I was joking around as I was loading the stream up, there was literally a bee down here. And it was, we'll say, an unfortunate occurrence. Yeah, so they 8 our 7 cost. I mean, they're not going to be able to get the, what's it called? Why can't I click on my guy right now? I guess you can't click on the bones. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. So this guy, in conjunction with the Murderfly, it's entirely possible they can kill our Erratic. It's unlikely. Alright, so down Erratic. You here. We were definitely making some frivolous expenditures with our units. Like, we didn't need to be as aggressive as we were. So they can absolutely kill Erratic. As it stands. Because this and the eye. So we're going to try and draw them to not. I expect they will anyway, to be honest. We're going to do this. We got to move the jar out because the jar will die to the Murderfly otherwise. We actually should have had the Cyclops or the Iclops where the sheep is. I was debating the Rambolina. Do you get more time on big maps to decide your turns? I don't believe so. I think it's the same amount, but I'm not 100% sure. You do get extra keys. Like, you start with, normally it's, what, 24? I should know this, but I can't remember. And here it's like 36 or something like that. You get 90 seconds on big maps? Okay, I stand corrected. Yeah, so we traded both of our big phobies for not great scenarios. I mean, I guess we're okay. This is going to eat the eye. They're moving this into range, which cannot possibly be the right choice. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, you do this. Oh, wow, it one-shotted. I thought it had to sink 2 attacks in. At this stage, if they want to go in with the Murderfly to get our jar, I'm kind of okay with that. Our opponent still has 2 keys left, so they're not out of it. Probably don't want that there. We'll probably put it here, so it's less likely to get hit by things. We probably end up losing this guy. Like, they're going to walk up, punch it, hit it with the jar, and then move Murderfly in. Probably. I think we're going to go with Cowbell. I don't know that the additional damage matters, but being able to more likely tank hits is going to be more relevant. They still have a 2-key that's live, remember, so there are still things to fear. They could have their own Cassowary. No, they already had Cassowary. They could have their own Eternal Knight. The poison guy could be annoying. Question mark? GG. I don't want to get too excited, but yeah, this one's looking pretty good right now. Yeah, we're in a pretty solid position. This one, we'll talk about it after the game. I'll explain some of my thoughts from this after we finish this one. Need to actually put it in a bag, put it away before we get too excited about anything. All right, we'll put the 1 cost on the point. And we'll slowly march our army forward. And so you got Pterodactyl. He's such a good phobia. It is an awesome phobia. I've been trying to force it in a lot of games as of late, just to try it out. I've had a number of opponents play it against me, so I can definitely respect the power level. But it's one thing to see it on the other side of the board and go, oh, well, that's got to be really good. But when you actually have to utilize it, sometimes it can become challenging and be like, oh, well, my opponent actually was playing really well. It wasn't just the power of the phobia. You just got fetched today. Pretty happy. Oh, is that the one that looks like it has a concrete slab with spikes sticking out of it on the top of its head, like the quadrupedal one? Obviously, somewhat dog-shaped or dog-themed. Given fetch. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that guy. There's so many phobies that I, A, haven't even seen yet, and B, still want to acquire, because... And I've mentioned this many times on stream, but you have to give the Phobies team credit for what they've done with this game. The art direction and everything is spectacular. We might have been able to get them this turn, I don't know. I'm not trying to BM them. Do I have Klepto? I'm the only one I want. I don't have Klepto yet. My main lobbers are Unbearable here, Jar, and I think that's it. I don't think I've acquired any others. The only other phobia that I have that's... Well, not the only other phobia. What am I saying? One of the other gaps that I had that I only recently resolved was healing phobies, and I just got that from Stress Unlocks. GG! So that was a good start to the night. Good start tonight. Most definitely the art is so good. I'm loving it. Yeah, every time I see a phobia, I'm like, oh, that thing's cool. Like the one that I'm really excited to get now, because Pterodactyl was one of them. One of them that I'm really looking forward to, above and beyond the others, which there's a lot of them that I want to get. Whoop, wrong thing. And remind me, I got to go to the shop, chat, because we want to talk about that. Is this. It's the Stress 40 unlock. I know what it is because I've seen players with it and other people have corroborated it. It's Snowball. And I'm very excited for Snowball. I'm a big dog person. So is my wife. So, you know, any dog things. It's the wolf, exactly. I started playing this game from watching. You just got Russell from Scratch Card. I noticed he's a crow. I wonder if it's a play on Russell Crowe. So have you seen Ray Charles? Dangerous? If you've seen Ray Charles, I think it's a safe bet that, yeah, that's probably... I haven't seen Russell yet. At least I don't think so. But yeah, there's a number of funny phobies in this game. Like, it's fantastic. But we were talking about, well, what is the driving force behind some of the phobies? Like, what is the phobia for some of these? Some of them are just creepy monsters. I mean, these are spiders. So, okay, people are afraid of spiders, right? Some of them are undead. Okay, people have a fear of the undead. Or, you know, things related to it. There are bugs, etc. But somebody was asking, well, what's the fear with cowbell? And they were saying that they felt it was, and this is not trying to knock the person, it was just an interesting perspective on it, and tying into what we were just talking about. They said, oh, well, it's probably, you know, disease-related, because it says, I've got a fever. And I'm like, no. Oh, is you crazy? Yeah, this one is absolutely about the SNL routine, which is the reason why I'm bringing it up, is because it ties back to Ray Charles, and apparently to Russell, who I didn't even know existed, is that there are a ton of pop culture references here. Which I can absolutely appreciate. I love those sort of things in every game that I play. And I think Phobies is a great place for it. Because while it's this serious, air quotes, somewhat morbid and creepy and, you know, all of those horror movie adjectives that you want to apply to the game thematically, it's still cutesy and kind of bubbly fun in a lot of cases. Like, yeah, you don't necessarily want to curl up with baby Snakey here, but at the same time, like, the art is adorable. Like, come on. Moly Bully. Look, this reminds me, anybody remember the movie Tremors? That's what this reminds me of. I mean, it's not. Which, by the way, I'm surprised there are not more Beetlejuice references. Oh, here's Fetch, since we were talking about Fetch. I'm surprised there aren't more references to that in this game. Maybe I just haven't seen them. There is that. There is that. Blasto. I don't remember fighting Blastomatic. Apparently I did at some point. Tremors is a key point to my childhood. Nice. I remember watching that movie as a kid. I'm telling you, I don't know how that suddenly became the meme for the channel, but bees have absolutely become the meme. There were a bunch of memes before it, like Oh No was going around for a while, and a bunch of others, but bees, like, left everything else in the dust. I need a better bee pun to explain how much it took over, but I'll have to think about that. But anyway, I did say during the game we were going to talk about this. So as mentioned, I bought one of these on stream a while back. As you can tell, I haven't really bought any since. Bees! There's multiple chances for phobies. This actually opens up... Oh, so this I didn't know because I didn't look at this before. If anybody's not aware, and I don't have this up on stream, but I'm going to read it to you. So I clicked on this little notification information down here, and it opens up my browser and new phobies. The first time you buy a terrifying pack, you will always get at least one new uncommon phobia or better if you don't already have all the uncommon phobies. On average, every 1.5 packs, you can expect to receive a new phobia, all rarities combined. The odds of a new phobia being common is 66.4%. The odds of a new phobia being uncommon is 26.5%. The odds of a new phobia being rare is 6.5%, and the odds of a new phobia being ultra rare is 0.6%. And then it continues on to explain the XP breakdown and the upgrade breakdown. I had no idea that was there. I literally never clicked that button before this. One more coffee for the 800. Well, we're waiting. We're waiting. I'm actually going to try and do this first and then come back to the horrific pack. So it might be a little while. But these are similar in that if you buy one of these, and I'm pointing it out specifically, I know a lot of people already know this, but I'm pointing it out because the question came up in chat. You are guaranteed this stuff. And I'm just going to click on the eye here. First time you buy a Dreadful pack, you will always get at least one new ultra rare phobia if you don't already have the ultra rare phobies. So if you are looking to grow your collection, you want to shoot, and this is just me postulating, this is me hypothesizing. I have not crunched the numbers on this. You're going to want to get at least one of each of these in order to ensure, hey, I get a new thing. Now the question is, these don't, which are the in-game currency tiers as opposed to coffee. I mean, coffee is in-game currency, but it's also the paid-for currency. You can grind it, but clearly, as you'd expect, it's a little slower. I don't believe these guarantee you anything at all. I don't think I've ever bought an uneasy pack. I think I bought scary and frightening, and mostly it's just scary. I think. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. So an uneasy pack is... So we would get 3,030 upgrade cards. No, this actually, it does scale. Well, one scratch card... So we get the same number of scratch cards. I don't know if the color matters. I guess it does because the scratch card is related to your chance at better or new phobies. Not necessarily better, but new. But it does seem like you're getting more of everything, basically. By being a little patient about your resources. Here it was because I wasn't paying attention enough, which is a poor decision-making process, but I think that's different than, I guess, the normal way to make a bad decision. Whoever's watching this on YouTube is going to be like, what the hell were they talking about? All right, so we're going to do our 3-1 opener here. I don't know that it really matters whether Cassowary is top or bottom. It probably matters going second. But going first, I don't know, because it's still going to be like, well, do you want to cover these or do you want to cover these? And it matters, I guess, you know, which one you control because of the approach paths. You know, there's a straight unobstructed line here and one here. You'd have to take a different... I don't know that it matters enough. I have to map that stuff out more. Just play a lot of games and see. But a lot of my determinations for games has just been... Phobies games, I mean, is that, well, I don't have all the phobies. I don't have them all leveled up, so I can't really... It's difficult to determine, well, did I win or lose that game? Or is this my... Better way to phrase it. Is this my best opener because this is what I have? Or is this actually the most appropriate opener? So this thing is kind of annoying early game. It has a pretty solid damage output, and it has a lot of health, and obviously it's undead, so it regenerates. We're going to go here because they can't hit Cassowary. We'll back the cat off, because if they want to come after us, we can then light this thing up. So they had initially presented Stabby, which is usually my second play on this map. Now, the unfortunate thing here is they are going to be able to cap 2 points. We can't really threaten it too much. Oh, they're not going to do it. So if they had gone center, like, we could go get it with Cassowary or something. Obviously, they soften things up with the jar. Makes sense. Yeah, Baby Snakey here is actually pretty decent. Pretty decent. Alright, so you do 5, 8, say 11. Kind of rounding up. You could kill this. If we stayed there, they could move the cat here and then jar up and get it for free. We'd end up probably getting the jar? No, we wouldn't get the jar, because we could move up. You would be here. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get the jar. Which is a little unfortunate, but I mean, you know. So we'll soften this thing up a little bit. There are some cool Gravedigger plays that can happen on this map. You know, you can block off here. You can block off down here. There are a lot of choke points, is the point. So we're going to kill their jar with the Cassowary. I don't know if they recognize that. They do, because they're blocking it off. This is actually problematic, because this is a lot of damage on our Stabby. We do get this thing, but obviously we're going to end up trading here. So if they try and kill this, we get the jar. They banked keys. I don't know if this is worth it, because Cassowary's going to kill Cassowary. Well, Cassowary probably kills this and lives. This will not kill. 265, 20. That will not kill it. So what they do is they leap onto Stabby. No, that won't work, because it'll pull. Yeah, so this is going to pull it out of position. So they won't be able to... So they can hit the cat, and I guess they can get the cat then? But now you have to run the jar away. So out of this exchange, we traded 3s. And then we're going to be +1 key, I think, because we traded Cat for their cassowary, assuming they let this go. Ah, so they are Team Snake, apparently. Team Purple Cobras. Shout out to my dodgeball fans. So we're still going to kill their jar. Like, if they allow us to get the jar, we're taking the jar. I think that's a big asset off the board. So we do this. We're just going to walk up on the off chance that they allow it to live, which really there's no chance that's happening, but let's say that it does. We take their cassowary. We are still down panic points, but I think we can get Erratic online and walk it up. You know, this isn't a big map where we're taking 1,000 damage by being down panic points each turn. What's the Lightning Stone Golem thing for 3 keys? I'm assuming you mean this guy, Thunder Rocks. So he is pretty bad. He's pretty bad. But he is pretty strong against electric stuff, or mechanical stuff, electric stuff. He uses electricity. He's dimensional also, which is notable. So I guess they didn't want to trade this for the jar. I feel like they should have. They can't get our cassowary then, which I guess is what they're worried about. But I feel like the only purpose for this thing coming out was so that they could hit our jar. Otherwise, I don't quite understand. If I played with Charon, I feel like he's not good. I haven't even seen that, Jinxie, or at least I don't remember that. What, wait, what's the AoE on this? I have no idea if this is going to be able to hit our jar. I have legitimately no idea if it can hit it through this. We're going to assume that it can. Which means we're going to leave jar here now that we're blocking. We want 4 keys because I want to get a sheep. We'll see if that's worth it. 5-drop that locks map tile. So, I have seen... The thing that I've seen that locks map tiles, I think, was the, like, this, like, insect-looking thing. What the hell's the name of it? And it, like, vomits, like, it pukes onto the tiles and then disables it. It can go through... I think this can go through walls, and since it has the AoE here, like the secondary effect, what I'm assuming is it's 3... Say they went to the panic point here. It would be 345 to these 4, and then some other amount here, which 50% of this might get there. That assumes it goes through walls. It might not be able to get there, actually. Be like 120 plus... Or not 120, what am I saying? 170 plus 140. Somewhere around there. Honey Bear, yeah, that's the name of it, DT. Thank you, I couldn't think of it. Okay, Spud. So Spud, actually, I want to acquire, because Spud seems like it's pretty solid. Spud seems potentially pretty solid. It's a good movement. It's a lob. It has solid range. Alright, so we can get a sheep, or we can get unbearable. I think our answer is unbearable, honestly. Like, I want the sheep for stabby, but the bear is just as good against stabby, for the most part. And they're going to have to commit to do this. You have the same 4-key loadout as me? Yeah, I just want more. I mean, don't we all want more phobies? But, like, I really... We talked about it earlier. Some of them are so cool. Some of them are so cool. So, like, you gonna roll Spud onto this point? He's just gonna resurrect. Which I'm sure... This is one of those things where I'm sure our opponent thought that. Like, they know what's about to happen. Alright, so they walk Stabby onto the point, which makes sense. I mean, we're still up as far as panic points go. It's not great that we just donated those keys, but, I mean, what are you going to do? One of these days, I'm going to get Flopsy set up and then Jackalope King and just blow something up. But it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. So they could actually kill the jar if they got there. This is potentially very dangerous. This is for, say, 850 plus, so that's 11 plus 16. Like, it's possible they kill this. This might ensure his death anyway. I don't think so. Because it's 5, 8, 11. And their jar is already out of the picture. Insane snake value? I don't think they get this if they were standing here. Actually, they would, yeah, like we were talking about. So they would pop this and hit the jar. That would be really strong. I guess they just missed it. Yeah, this I expected that they wouldn't get enough damage from what they had. To a degree. I know I was just talking about it, but I was trying to, you know, quick math it in my head, and it felt more dangerous to leave the stabby alive, basically is what it amounted to. But yeah, the snake coming up here, they're going to do the same thing. Erratic lives, but they probably get the jar. If this works the way I think it does. No! Trying to click off and I keep clicking on, so that's that. So that's 700,000, 1,500. You come here. So, they should not be able to kill Unbearable. We might be playing with fire here. To be honest, we probably should just back off and let them come to us. Like, this may be over-aggression. I don't know what they could possibly pop out with 3 keys that's going to interact on this turn. But we are taking damage for, like, no reason. No meaningful reason. But if they put this in range to hit us, it's going to die. If they don't put it in range, okay, we've got the panic points. 3 keys, obviously, Chuck. Obviously. Chuck comes out and just, boom, just blows everybody up. You know, they got that extra wild card, right? They got that wild card Lets them get any phobie they want, one turn. You know, we were talking earlier about the patch that's incoming. I wonder if they're going to have a rotating, because a lot of games do this, a rotating, like, wacky mode, for lack of a better way to put it, where, you know, the rules are different. You know, like, maybe you spawn on this map and you have 70 keys or something like that. It'd be a little silly for obvious reasons, but, you know. So they go up here, they hit everything, they meatball. Betrayed because they can't get that? Like, this feels dangerous because we're clustered, but I just don't know what they do. Yeah, the server's absolutely cracking down on wanting draft. I want draft, it would be such a good game mode in Phobies. I think it would be cool to experiment with. I'm not, I mean, I played so much draft in other games that I don't know if I'd care. I have to imagine that there is going to be some sort of drafting mode at some point. Like, that's just a commonplace thing in so many games that it feels like somewhat of an oversight if there isn't, right? That did not do nearly enough damage for you, friend. Like, Murderfly kills the Murderfly. This will kill... I can't quite kill this. Yeah, we can only kill, like... Okay, so we do this. I think this is most efficient. I'm not sure. This doesn't splash, right? No, it's a 1-to-1 poison. So this thing's gonna die. We should be able to annihilate the rest of their phobies. This one went mostly according to plan. Deadly cowbell play? Look, you gotta fear the cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. See, like, this play would make sense, except they're at 1700 health. Like, I don't have to interact with them. I can just kill their heart. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like they have a whole world of options here. They're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with this, but... Wow, we one-shot that. Honestly, I wasn't anticipating that. And that should be the ball game, folks. The phobie game. So we managed to avenge our loss. Well, one of the losses. I think we're 500 on the night. I think we're 500 so far. Because we started out with a win, then we went loss, loss, win here. So yeah, we should be 500. Not bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. The one game shouldn't have been a loss. I'm still mad at myself that happened, but it is what it is. We're going to finish it with Flourish. I think we're going to get both the heart and the phobie identically. Because I'm pretty sure they were low enough that the splash worked. GG. Alright, so we're back on this map. That I can't really remember the name of. We are going first again. We're going to basically do the same opener, and by basically I mean we're going to do the same opener as last time. We got to get off this losing streak. Got to get off this losing streak. Too many streaming mistakes. Too many streaming mistakes where we just do something super dumb that we don't have to do. Wait, what? That is a bold move, Cotton. didn't even get a chance to click on the jar. I was going to see if I could actually one-shot it with this. Probably not, but it's possible. Yeah, that last game, just the initial mistakes set us back so far. 495, we cannot. We cannot, in fact, one-shot the jar. We can't get it at it any other way, either. So we're going to stay here. If they try and move the jar into position to hit the cat, we can leap on it. That's fine. We're going to get Stabby going. I expect them to do mostly the same. They can't hit our cassowary with anything but the jar, because the cat won't have the range to do it. The jar opener is strange. I haven't seen that too often. And by too often, I mean, like, basically at all. What is our jar at? Same. Samesies. So far, we're basically on par. Now, the Gravedigger's kind of dangerous. Obviously, it could move here and just block everything off, which would be super annoying. If we can get an Unbearable online, I'm okay with that. We may have to honor it with our own Gravedigger. Or they're just going to take everything back, and none of that matters. Bow Mangles. Sure. Alright, so Bow... What does Bow do for us? I imagine they're just going to set up in a similar fashion as to what we're doing here. I don't know if we care about taking damage on this. You know, like letting the jar pelt it. This'll do 4, 5, 20. If we go here, it's fine. Actually, no. 3... No, they can still get it. They could walk up. No, they can't, because if they walk up, hit, shoot... Yeah, this can go here safely, or should be able to. Because the jar won't be able to do it on its own in order to allow the cat to move twice, and if the cat hits it, then it won't have the other move. So it's damaged, which is annoying, but, I mean, look, these things aren't intended to last. They're not going to actually make it to the end of the game, typically. You have a purpose to serve. Alright, so Bow is creeping up. We probably should have banked keys instead of summoning this guy so that we could get Erratic online faster, because I think that's how we're going to have to break this. We could get Unbearable online, which is what I was thinking originally. I don't really want to do that now. We would have been better off, I think, with a Erratic. So we could send this down here instead. And we'd basically lose it and they'd recap the point. We're going to bank. Like I said, I was originally planning on going Unbearable here, which I do think we'll want eventually, but I think we'd rather get an Erratic online right now. I anticipate our opponent will bank on their own as well. They can't send Murderfly in, it will just die. And if they put Bow in range, we could probably get it as well. AKA, if they move Bow up. Up to this spot, the in-between spot. Obviously, back here, it's safe. So our opponent also wanted to bank, presumably because we did. So we're going to get Erratic going. See if we can pull something back. We could cap this point. It's going to die for freezies. But I think we... Do we put the cat there, or do we put this guy here? So you pop that, you move the cat up. This is less valuable. What they probably do is just hit it for free with the jar and nothing happens. We'll see what they do. Obviously, they have the keys to respond in whatever fashion they feel like. Just about, anyway. If we... What do we do here? An Erratic as well. I see you also are a man of taste. I don't know. Don't know. Part of me wants to get a Gravedigger just to open up spots, like we could open this up and then try and do something. They're retreating. I don't know that that's... I would hold this position, I think. I can't hit your stuff this turn with Erratic. This is going to allow me to get Erratic for free into this position. And they're not going to be able to damage it, realistically. Like, so, I mean, they can hit it with these three things, which is not going to be enough. So, they can get this, like, they jar twice, they move Bo Mangles down, hit, and then move the cat on, and then we trade cats. Which I guess is fine. Possibly we wanted to send Flopsy down. But the problem with doing that is we're just trading inefficiently with keys. Like, they're just going to stand on it with a cat. Whereas we could utilize this later. It does slightly less damage, but if we go Jackalope King, we can push something. I'm still trying to make that play happen. Yeah, so this is what I was anticipating. And they move the cat on. So we trade out 1 keys. Maybe we should have, like, put Stabby down here. I'm not sure how we deal with their Erratic. So we can go for a 7. Don't know what 7 we want. It's obviously not Fish Tank. So the question is, are they going to try and take this point? Because whatever they move in here is now dead. I want to go this, but I don't know if that's actually what we want. We're going to try it. Like I said, I don't know if this is realistically what we want to do. The Flesh Crawler is also very tempting. Clearly it wasn't going to be Fish Tank, and I've been avoiding Alligator at this stage. I just don't know if it's worth it. I do want to try and force it again in a game. I'm not sure when, but I do want to try it again. So what I think we do is actually send this guy here after this, and then just split everybody and say, all right, I have all 3 points. You have to do something. Now, if they have, like, their own Rambolina or something, they could get here. Rambolina, Mr. Trample, Snowball, a variety of different things. Maybe not a variety. I don't actually know how many 3 movement phobies there are aside from those 3. Those are the only ones that I've seen that I'm aware of. I could be forgetting something, but I don't know. Alright, so they actually backed off Erratic, which makes this play even more enticing. Oh yeah, the drones, I forgot about them. So they could light this thing up with Erratic and then push damage on our Erratic, so we will back off just a little bit. So we have this concave set up here. We have all 3 points. Our opponent has 9 keys, so are we going to see another one of those tentacle monsters? We're going to see an alligator. And a pretty big alligator. It has almost 3,000 health. Like, we're not going to be able to kill this thing efficiently. Now, what they probably should do is move Erratic up. Like, they got to get everything into position to support the alligator, because we can't hang back. Well, I guess we could just let them come to us. We'll put Erratic here. And then, like, they might get a couple hits on it, but who cares? We're going to tear it. Yeah, like, I think this is reasonable. I think what we do is actually move this guy up and dare them to put something in this spot. Be like, please walk on it. Please step on my Flopsy. That sounds weird. Anybody else think that sounds weird? Seems a little weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So we go here. Here. Because, like, what are they going to kill it with? The Murderfly moves up and then dies. They move one of these up and they die. I'd move Stabby up first. I mean, we could put Stabby here, but the problem is I don't want somebody on the center point. I agree, it's a little awkward where his positioning is. I think Erratic has to be in this position, but if we put Stabby here... This might be too aggressive, but I kind of like this. Because this can get hit by this and Jar now. Stabby's probably dead now. The question is, can we trade Stabby and the Jackalope for Erratic? And we might be in an okay position then. The problem is going to be burning down this alligator, which is going to be easier said than done. And we're not actually going to kill the Jar either. Oh my god, we live. We live by 6 health! Oh, I've been on the other end of these exchanges, chat. I've been on the other end of these. It does not feel good. It does not feel good. That is hugely painful. Game? Get a little hydrate action. Get a little hydration going. So what do we do here? Yo, that guy is mad. Oh, we can't hit it. Part of me says hit this guy, but I want to soften up the gator. We're going to need help in order to take it down. It's going to take multiple turns, so even though it's healing, we got to push damage on it to make sure that we're not... That guy is mad. I didn't notice that until now, so I'm sure I was talking over it. So that actually helps them get this in position to hit the erratic, is what they're doing. They still can't get it. Like, they can't, because they got to reposition everything else, so it's fine. They can cap this point, but the gator's gonna die. The gator's gonna die. Like, that's fine, but the amount of damage does not change. So they'll get the cassowary because they could send up Murderfly if they want. Which they kind of need to, because otherwise I was going to leap and kill the jar. But this cluster of 3 units over here, don't matter. Don't matter. See these little guys? Don't worry about them. As long as Erratic is alive, like, if we have a 7 and a 6 key unit alive, and they have 2 or 3 3s, I'm not worried. I am a little annoyed that that didn't kill him. 17, so you can do 4, 8, say 9, 10, 11, so that's fine. We do this, we do this. Wow. Good luck, friend. Good luck. Pterodactyl to the rescue. How exactly does it screech? I mean, look, we're putting aside for the moment that this is a necromantically reanimated pterodactyl who apparently spits tinier pterodactyls as like it's the alien from Aliens or something. But like, how does it screech? It has no vocal cords, no flesh. I mean, I guess it does have fleshy bits on the wings, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me. GG. Anyway, Red Rum. I recognized the map and then immediately forgot it. I was like, that's the oh, I lost it. So they're opening Cassowary. Makes sense. They are also banking keys. Cotton, that is a bold move. So we're electing to do this instead of Cassowary because they started out with a single phobie. So I'm hoping this map is popular. Yeah. I mentioned it earlier, but I seem to get maps in streaks. You know, I'll play on Red Rum 4 times in a row. I'll play on whatever that big red one that we played on earlier 4 or 5 times in a row. I don't know if the maps are weighted. Odds are it's random, and it's just, you know, the human brain is looking for patterns that aren't really there. This is a little unfortunate, because if we go here, so they punch, walk down, leap, walk on it. They banked to 6 also. That is notable and concerning all at the same time. I think we're over-investing in low-key units here. Our Our advantage presented by Flopsy here never materialized. I'm waiting for Chuck to come out. Honestly, Stripes. Honestly, I could see it happening. Alright, so they're going just... I guess if they had a plan, maybe this caused them to shift. Because they said, hey, they have a bunch of low-key units. I'm just going to take this thing. Like, we can't really contest this right now. They're going to dominate the board for a little bit. Ugh. Boom is problematic. This is an issue. Oh boy, what do we do here? This isn't really what we want. I actually meant to only spend 2 keys, because I wanted to get a 6 for either Erratic or Rambolina. Honestly, Lightning Dealers might benefit. We do need to eliminate Boom. So they walk the sheep up, and there's... We might be able to... No, we can't kill the sheep. We're only going to do, like... 13 or 1400. Because we can't get the cat there. Actually, we could get the sheep. We might be able to kill the sheep, which would be good. You know, taking the damage here is not desirable. Oh, they can just walk it away. Oh, that is brutal. Ah, they realized it. They don't want to put Boom in range, though. Interesting. So that's brutal. Like, if they left the sheep here, we could leap, attack, jar, and then get any ranged guy to kill it. But as it is, that's not going to happen. And we're going to end up trading very inefficiently here. So if you leap... 76, so that's 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably kill it. There's a number of ways they can punish this. Boom is making this very complex, but the combination of a Cassowary Leap plus Jar means a lot of things are dead. Like, no matter what. I guess that makes sense. So they're valuing the Cassowary. Yeah, you have to run that away from the Jar. So we can kill the sheep. This did not burn the leap, though. Or no, it did, because it's gray? It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8... Another 5 is 13. This would tank all the hits from what's on the board, and we'd get this. That may not be good enough, though. Yeah, leap is on cooldown. So we did this. They're banking to 7, and that worries me. They could walk up and hit this with Jar, but then we start eliminating things. I guess that's fine. I think we have to also bank. Alternatively, we could try and go Clinico, but we don't need Clinico, like, this second. Hey, Dragon, what's good? Yeah, Chuck could be coming. Chuck could be coming. We can't risk going here because it'll die. They could commit Cassowary onto our Jar, but then we'll take their Jar because they need the Jar to supplement the damage. Problem is that we're just behind, and it's going to be difficult when they drop whatever big key unit they're banking for. Or even if they drop 2 medium-sized things right now. You know, they have a decent board position. They could run whatever, like Jin Sting here, and what are we going to do? Walk Murderfly into it? That's not a good idea. Even here, we can't take the middle because if we commit Murderfly to middle, Jin Sting and whatever come up and murder it. Yeah, it'd been a losing streak tonight, Dragon. We had it, well, we were 500, I think we're 3-5 right now tonight, maybe 3-4, because we went win, loss, win, loss, win, I think, something like that. So you're gonna do 476, it's 4, 6, 720, so I don't know that this is worth it, but they're going to heal the damage off otherwise. Like, shooting this doesn't do anything. We have 9 keys remaining. I don't think we actually want to do that. And the reason for that is if then we want to go Clinico next turn to heal the Cyclops, we can't. Because then we can't get this into position properly. This is interesting. Your Jar is dead, so you can't get at it. Yesterday I played against the top 2 of Async. It was not fun. See, I don't mind playing against people that are just way better than me. Sometimes. Like, there are advantages to it. Namely, you can really learn a lot. But sometimes, if you just get absolutely clobbered, there's no learning, right? Like, there's no value in that. Alright, so we meatballed this for literally no purpose. Alright, well, we have 6 keys. This guy's not threatened. We're gonna go for Erratic. We're gonna end up losing the panic point control, but this is fine for now. Thing is, he wasn't so much better. He just had level 17 everything. That could be problematic, Dragon. That could be problematic. Yeah, I could see where that would qualify as demoralizing. What's this hate on Wing Skull? Yeah, I don't get it either. That's a problem. We don't have an effective answer to this. Not that we really have an effective answer to anything our opponent's presenting at this stage. This is Noxious. You haven't seen this yet? Noxious is a big deal. So it's a melee flying unit, but it can spit on you, and the spit is AoE. The spit is AoE. So I imagine they're going to spit on Erratic. I want to bank the keys because then we can Clinico everything away if they decide to get cute and go for the Iclops. Oh, Lovely is right. I don't think I've won a game against this guy ever, honestly. I'm pretty sure Noxious is short for obnoxious. You might be onto something there. Alright, so the other thing we can do is just walk this back here. Like, just walk it away. You're gonna have to walk it off, pal. Now, the problem is we are behind in life total, but we have a few more turns. We're not in an enormous amount of danger. Just a notable amount of danger. So they can't actually get at the Iclops when we walk it away. Like, this is not great, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So we go here. Basically, we're like this. Part of me says get Clinico anyway. So if we did Clinico, walk it here, heal. Yeah. We're gonna run out of time. Almost ran out of time. Chat, that would have been so bad. I don't know if Clinico is really what we want, but I kind of want to try it. Like, force it to happen. We could make this happen. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. Because, like, the Iclops is still not in great shape. It probably would have been better to get a more relevant phobie, to be perfectly honest. Their spit will be up not this turn, but next turn. And we can't take this point because of, you know, reasons. The obvious ones. Could have just healed the poison spots, or yeah, I was doing that originally, but I kind of wanted to force this to see how it did, kind of thing. We basically have to commit to one threat. We can't fight both threats. So if we walk you back here... So we might be able to trap the alligator here. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. But we should be able to burn it down, I think. And then it's just a matter of can we survive Noxious. Because we are under 3k health. I don't think they can just go face. But if we walk Erratic up here, they do have that opportunity. Because it's going to take a couple turns to get Erratic into range. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I mean, if you want to go after this, I don't care. But they were... I think that was just a mispositioning. They realized that this could stab it twice, or slice it, I guess. Because apparently Clinico comes with a deli slicer on its dome piece. Alright, so Spit is online. Spit is online. Now, notably, this is going to do 476, so we'll say 1,000. So that's 8. 940. This is going to heal how much? 225. We should live through this. Not quite enough, and like this opens us up to having them just try and go face. But we have the panic point advantage, so we're not taking extra damage. And that thing is melee, so we should be able to run it down. It might have been a mistake to send in the Clinico there, but I don't know that we care too much. We probably shouldn't have sent it in. Like, it was just throwing it away there. We were not going to kill this. And the extra 300 damage didn't matter. So we have to do this. This is more mobile. And this positioning allows Erratic to not get splashed. You know, they won't be able to hit it, both of them with the poison. They gotta choose. So like I said, panic point advantage. Now we have a board advantage, phobie-wise. That's fine. Meatball's actually live again. This might be game. We should get there. GG. We got him. Chat, we can win games. It's possible. Alright, so we're back on Red Rum. Back on Red Rum. And we'll see if we can close out the stream with a W. It would have been nice to get that that win on Eternal Monday, and I feel like we could have won that game. I absolutely feel like we could have won that game. So they started with Bow Mangles. 1,700 health, huh? So we're going to do this plan instead of Cassowary, because we don't want to be up in his face. These guys are more durable. It allows us to bank a key. What I expect we're going to have to do, obviously, you know, maybe work up to Erratic, but that's several turns from now. We want to have either Unbearable or Jar to just chip away at this and then get it into range. That's true, Doc. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. This is interesting. Unfortunately, we can't cap any of these points now. This was a good response to our opener. Because if we go here, Bowmangles lights up the cat. If we go here, Bowmangles comes down, hits the Jackalope, and the cat will have an action to move on to the point. So, we're kind of in an awkward position. And we can't jar this from here. So we're going to go with Unbearable. It's going to take time to walk it up, and it, we can always pop out the jar if our opponent decides to advance with Bowmangles. So, yeah, we're just in a really awkward spot. I want to bank this coming turn to try and get... Okay, we probably won't be banking because... I don't think we can... There's no way we can burn this down, right? If we had gone for this guy... Possibly, but unlikely because he would be, like, here. Just taking a peek of what we can do. So, kill cat. Kill this guy, put damage here, cat walks up. They banked keys. This is going to be really bad. They banked keys, so we're kind of in danger here. We're in danger, chat. Because there's some big, mean nasties that could come down this turn. So the cat goes bye-bye. Okay. This dies. They're obviously not going to move Bo Mangles onto it. They're going to move the cat onto it. So we're -3 keys for basically nothing right now, because we're not going to kill Mangles. Well, actually, we could. No, we can't. Oh, man. Who was talking about this guy earlier? I think we just lost, and I'm not even exaggerating. Because we needed to bank keys for Erratic here. I don't think there's another way for us to get through this. Metabot. Ouchtown population us, bro. So we're going to bank keys for Erratic, because we're going to need to have something to fight through Bo Mangles and probably the Metabot as well. Exposing it like this might have been a mistake, the jar. It shouldn't be able to kill it, though. This was probably bad. If we held it back, we could advance it this coming turn and then basically be in the same position but with less damage. As it is, this is going to die for free. We punted this game hard. Well, maybe we didn't punt it. I mean, we're punting it now, but this was bad. Like, we got blown out by this. I feel like I've seen Metabot, but I don't remember seeing it. This didn't occur to me at all that this card could come out. So yeah, we're getting clobbered here. So, Unbearable's 100% dead. Because we're obviously not killing this. We might be able to kill this and then be okay. We'll take 8. Yeah, we should be okay. Alright. Maybe we didn't throw yet. We're getting close. They banked up 7 keys because in the meantime, while we're desperately scrambling to not be dead, our opponent was banking keys, as well as pushing damage on us, so we're in trouble. This one's a rough one. This one's a rough one, chat. Well, we gotta play better, that's the bottom line, right? We gotta stop being bad, and then we'll win more games. So they decided to go Murderfly. Which, I mean, they're probably anticipating being able to pick off Unbearable. Which, realistically, is not unreasonable. Alternatively, they could be trying to threaten our jar, which is also feasible. What I expect we're going to do is put Erratic here, which exposes him to double hits from this and a meatball, and now a jar. So we have to back off our jar or we die to the meatball. So you have to come back. You go here. You take, let's see, that's going to be 8, 9, 40, 9, 5, 14, 40, 16. So you'll live if they keep everything in range. Like, if they send everything in, we can still get it. Alright, I went to get ramen. Are you winning? No. No, we're not. It's not looking good either. It's not looking good. What are we going to get blown out by here? Because I could see something just blowing us out here. Maybe the Erratic just dies, like we don't actually kill anything. This turn they can kind of spread out. And then we're in trouble. Because Murderfly can go up here. Jar goes where Murderfly is, this stays, and then we don't... Like, we're killing one thing and basically trading 6 keys for 3. Assuming we even kill it? Okay, they're running away. I could see them, yeah, just poke and then run. And eventually they'll get it. Like, this is the kind of appropriate way to deal with Erratic. The desperation Erratic like this. Is that a Morty? This is a Metabot. I'm assuming this is what you're talking about, Stripes. We got absolutely kicked in the junk by this mere moments ago. Because we were about to kill this, and then they flew Metabot over and healed it basically to full. It was real bad. It was real bad for us. No, we don't want that. So... 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. Erratic's dead here. No, game. Erratic's realistically dead wherever we put him. God damn it. Game! I took too long thinking. Because if we move up here, they blow him up. If we move down here, we blow him up. So now he's just going to get blown up without actually doing any damage. It's kind of what it's coming down to. Oh, no. We're actually... They might be able to rush the heart just from this position, let alone anything else. They're playing very cautiously, which, given their board state, I don't know that they need to do, to be honest. If we had the Woolly Bully here, like, the game does not accept commands while the animations are going off. Like, I don't know if people could see, I was frantically clicking. Frantically, and it was not going to let me. If it was here, we might be okay. I think a problem lies with you consistently using the same phobies. While I agree, I don't think the other phobies I have are really worth it right now. And the ones that I don't typically use are the Jackalopes, who are not high enough level, and AWOL and Cowbell, who are not high enough level. Honestly, I think I use the vast majority of my cast. I think I use basically every phobie. Obviously not every single game, but, you know. I don't think that's really worth it, but... Like, the Unbearable's just going to die, right? Because there's no way we can keep it alive. I mean, the Bowmangles alone kills it. So they're doing this so that they can get the sheep onto... Oh, you're gonna sheep here. Okay. I thought they wanted to sheep the Erratic. Because this can walk away and actually possibly get to the healing spa. But yeah, the big, as far as variety of phobies goes, I think it's, like I said, AWOL, who I just haven't leveled up that much. Metabot I only got recently, so obviously less games. This guy I just don't like, Thunder Rocks. Stairmaster tends to fall behind for me compared to Cyclops, because it depends on the scenario. Do I need slightly more damage or slightly more health? And then, like, Alligator. Just about everything else shows up in different games for different reasons. Our Woolly Bully may not survive now. So this lets us pull him back so he can get on the healing spa. But we needed to remove the sheep. Our opponent played this very defensively. I feel as though they had a much bigger advantage than they were pressing for most of this game. This is a concern, though. Woolly Bully might have to stay out here. We don't have time to screw around with the healing spa. So like, we could kill... This is going to be a challenge just because... Oh, we didn't actually put something out last turn, did we? Ugh. That's going to cost us. Oh, you know what we could do? We can metabot. We can metabot and heal Woolly Bully. And then get him right back in the action. That's 8. You might be able to kill this. It's 8, 16, 18. They should be able to kill this, actually. They might be able to kill Bully, too, but... we needed to move the jar back further. Because Bowmangles can move up and just kill it now. Just realized. Right? Yes. No, it can't. It can't. Maybe we needed to leave it on the point, too. Just accept that it was going to die. Because, like, we can't chase this off the point fast enough. And I don't know that we kill the jar fast enough. It's going to be close. I don't know about putting Bowmangles on the point. Because I can light it up and then put the jar back? That seems weird. Maybe it won't matter, because we're low enough that if they just keep capping points, we possibly just die. Whoop. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, we have to do this. Kill the jar. So then they kill our jar. They're going to heal, but we might be able to get it anyway. Because they're not going to be able to move on to the point. They don't have enough damage. Oh no, they can just go here. But I think we managed to pull it out, chat. Oh my god, this one. What a game to end the night. What a game to end the night. Chi-chi. I can't believe that one. Yeah, we win. We almost threw that away. Like, that was looking real bad. Oh my god. like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.